The first game on this list is Marvel Rivals. This has become a big sensation since it first began to be popularized and created all the way back in season 3 of this YouTube channel. And it blew up to where a lot more people are playing this than Overwatch. And my friend also plays it and also rages at it all the time, going, heal me, Bart Simpson. Freaking heck, he screams at the top of his lungs and when he plays this. But this has definitely became a big sensation. I haven't played this myself yet, but if it's better than Overwatch, maybe it's gonna be fun. As long as I don't die 1,500 times, because I've never played a game like that before, because I never originally had an interest in it. But I feel like a game like this could just definitely soar into popularity if it does make it on the schedule. And it might attract even a new audience to the channel, because different games have different audience types. Like, for example, a Geometry Dash fan's going to go around and just watch Geometry Dash streams, while Roblox is different. So occasionally, some of these people would watch other ones. And introducing Marvel Rivals would add a new type of player to the live streams. The dudes who like to talk about superheroes, probably. So, yeah, I was expecting this game to make it this far, because it's Marvel Rivals. Why wouldn't they? Like, for real. Now, there were a couple of times where they lost in the late game of the polls. I think that this has happened twice, maybe. But now, here they are. Once again, they made it this far. And we'll see what happens. The second game is a game that is long overdue to finally win an actual match. Call of Duty Warzone. It took them 4 seasons to even win a single game. Yeah, talk about depressing. It took them 4 seasons for this to happen, and that once finally happened, now they have a chance to actually get to the schedule. Call of Duty Warzone. The classic raging battle royale game that I only have 1 kill in the entirety of that game's history, because it is so hard. I am not kidding. It is really difficult. Like, it's like people know where you are. You can't camp. It's ridiculous. Like, every time I go to try to kill somebody, they instantly beam me. Like, I don't know how they do that. So this kind of game is more like, I think the only thing they would really need to fix is their dang matchmaking, because a lot of these players are just cracked at the game for some reason. My brother had a phase with this game that lasted about a month before he returned to Fortnite. And that's simply because he said that the game was boring. I don't know why he said it was boring and then came back later to Fortnite. Probably because he realized that COD is nothing like any of the other, and no one is anywhere close to what Fortnite is in terms of what the gameplay is. So Warzone is probably just going to be an alternate battle royale game if it makes it somehow. And if this manages to make it to the schedule, it will bring probably a lot of more mature audience, because this game is rated M for mature. I think this might be the only game that's rated M for mature. This is the only game that's rated M for mature that made it this far into the polls this season. So if this game does win, viewers' discretion would be advised in all those streams, because, again, it's M for mature, which means it's for people 17 and older. At least if you're in the United States. In other countries, it might be a different age level. Who knows? But all I can say is that those live streams are basically going to have a mature audience because normally adults play this game. Like, a lot of adults play this game because it's more of a game that suits their style, which means there's basically no restriction. Well, very little restrictions, I'd say, in terms of what you can add to your game. The reason why I said there wasn't no risk is because ultimately you still need to abide by some rules to make sure your game doesn't become AO for adults only, which is a rating even higher than M for mature. It's very rare to have a game get rated that, but it's devastating if it gets rated that because no one will play your game. And it's banned from Twitch if it gets that rating. I think it'd probably be the same for YouTube, but I'm not sure. So that's why games try to stick with the M for mature rating and not. But again, there's going to be a lot of adults on here, and it would bring a new audience type to the channel. I'm not sure if this would conflict with a lot of the other people who are already on our channel, because a lot of you guys are anywhere between the ages of, I originally wanted to say 9 to 12 years old, but after discovering that one of our viewers is 7, yeah, it now ranges anywhere from like freaking 7 to 15 years old or so. None of them are adult. Only a very few of you guys are adults. Like, some of you are adults. Like, there are like a couple of you, but not very many. So a new audience like this could conflict with some of these other ones, because that would basically mean that we might have a chance to have like more than one generation watching the channel at once. I mean, we already do technically. Alpha and Z are already on the channel, because considering that somebody's 7 on this channel just confirms that Alpha's here already. Now, if you are 7 years old and this game does manage to win, I would not recommend watching any streams that say Call of Duty Warzone, because again, I don't think your parents would like that. No offense. Because of the, yeah, it's just the fact that those streams are just very, very mature, basically. All right, the third game is a game that's actually been on the schedule before, is Rocket League. This game was so fun that it kind of sucked when it got eliminated about a season ago, when this season first started. If Rocket League makes it, this will be their 3rd season on the channel in this entire chapter, because they were previously around in Season 2 and Season 3. However, the reason why they weren't in Season 4 is because they lost to both Rivals and Blox Fruits during Season 3. So now, there's a chance they can come back, because the people wanted to get that far. Now, this game is rated E for everyone, which means there should be no reason that no one should be playing this. However, the audience type is, I would say, it's pretty mature. And no one freaks out like the Robloxians do. No offense. After the last Roblox stream, I questioned my sanity after watching what the heck went unfolded in the live chat. But that's just what happens when you have a bunch of people from several different age groups combined into one universe. Because Roblox is that popular to where you have somebody anywhere from like ages 7 to 15 years old. It's crazy. But Rocket League, on the other hand, most of these people don't really do that. However, there are the people who are toxic that just play the game and spam what a save, what a save, what a save. A lot of these people, though, who do end up joining our streams are normally sweats. Like on a day-to-day basis, there's a lot of good people that join these streams and then absolutely destroy me in 1v1s. That's okay. Because that just proves that a lot of people are better than me, and it's what keeps the game alive, I guess. And basically, because it's E for everyone should be able to play it regardless how old you are. The next game is a surprising one. This is one of the games I did not expect to make it on to the next stage, and that is Fortnite Bed Wars. Notice how I did not say Roblox. I said Fortnite Bed Wars. Yeah, you'd probably be surprised too that it made it to the conference final. This is a game where you get a certain amounts of materials that you have to farm to build bridges, to kill everybody, destroy people's beds, and then kill them. You get a certain arsenal. You get a pretty big arsenal of weapons to choose from as well. Unlike Minecraft's version, you're not limited to just a sword and a bow. That you have so many different weapons you can choose from. It's crazy. But every single game I've played, I lost. I've not won one game yet. And also I don't really like Bed Wars that much, but if it wins, I'll still play it anyways because that's what the viewers would want. It's not about me, it's about the viewers. That's the whole reason we do polls to begin with. And the Roblox version of Bed Wars basically copies the Minecraft scheme, except with kits that have different abilities. However, Fortnite's version, you have so many different weapons you can select from, different gears and all kinds of crap that basically can spice up the game at any moment. So, yeah, being good at Fortnite building can also serve you a purpose in this game as well. And editing an even better purpose because you can absolutely crank 90s on people if you're really good and you're up for it. Now, however, because this game's got guns, it automatically means it's rated T for teen. However, the audience is unknown because this is a literal creative experience inside of Fortnite. Not sure how this would really work. I mean, I guess if this game wins, we would either play private matches or public matches throughout the season. And if I'm by myself, I'd just queue up for pubs. And if I'm with somebody else, I'll either play private or pubs. I'm pretty sure pubs would be more fun because playing in a private server with, like, let's say 2 people, me and someone else, that's not going to be as fun as if you're playing against an active squad. So yeah, that'd be fun. And it would be fun to see people talk about in the chat how good somebody else is at Bed Wars. I mean, I'm going to be made fun of for sure because I'm not good at it. But yeah, that's the 4th game in a nutshell. The next one is a game that is pretty good. This is the 3rd game from Epic Games that made it this far so far. And that's Fall Guys. Yep, Fall Guys has made it this far, and this game is basically a game show inspired parkour game where each round a certain number of players get eliminated until there is one left. However, the game has had several changes since 2020 because I played this in 2020 actually before it was owned by Epic. Unfortunately, I don't have that account on anymore because my PS4 broke, lost that account. Now I have a new account. So sadly, I no longer have the pink wolf skin that you might see on the screen. Actually, you do see it on the screen because I used to have that skin, by the way. Simply because I played it since day one. And not gonna lie, some of the updates they've done are pretty bad. And I only blame one game for that. I don't. It's not Epic's fault. It's freaking Stumble Guys that ruined the whole trend. They came in as a mobile game. I think the only reason that Stumble Guys is more popular is because it's available on mobile. That's it. If Fall Guys was on mobile, Stumble Guys would be finished. So, if Epic Games allows Fall Guys to be on mobile in the United States, it's over. It's over. But that's probably not going to happen within the next 10 years, knowing Apple. So, it's probably going to be just console and PC players that are going to be playing this. So that might negatively influence people's picks for this game. However, if you're in the EU, I heard that you might be able to play the game on mobile, thanks to the law that prohibits Apple from doing what they want to do and preventing Epic Games from actually getting stuff. That's because they're forcing people to sideload. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Fall Guys would be compatible for mobile if it came out, considering that Stumble Guys is pretty well compatible. The only question is, what would the audience type be? Because I feel like people who play this are going to play this for fun, rather than actually be a sweat. But we'll see. We'll find out. The next game on this list is another surprising twist to the polls. Fortnite Murder Mystery. Again, I said Fortnite. This game is also kind of fun when you actually have voice chat. If you don't have voice chat, it gets pretty boring. But if you have voice chat, like we always do whenever we played this game during the summer, that was a blessing. Murder Mystery would become a sensation that would allow people to basically try to use every lying scheme you could possibly think to make sure you're not detected as a murderer. And then and if you are detected, you just have to dodge the bullets that the sheriff tries to fire at you. I mean, you use a revolver, so it's not the hardest thing in the world like Roblox's version it is. Good grief, I can never hit my shots on Roblox with the frickin' sheriff's pistol. But in Fortnite, oh, it's different. It's a different story. I can actually hit my shots when I manage to hit him. And in Fortnite's Murderer, you get a sword, which means you can probably lock onto some people if you figure out what button it goes to. I think it's LT. Now, because of the weapons and stuff, this is rated T for teen, so that probably means I'm probably going to have a teenage audience. I mean, I'm expecting people I'd be expecting my fan base to be anywhere between the ages of 10 to 16 years old, considering it's Fortnite. Unless if there's other games that are lower rated, but again, most of these are T for teen. Next game is another game that's rated M for mature. I know I said earlier that COD was the only one. I forgot that I added this one. Halo Infinite Multiplayer. Not to be confused with the Halo Infinite storyline, which costs money to play. Halo Infinite Multiplayer is entirely free. You can download it on your console if you have an Xbox. Unfortunately, because again, this is an Xbox exclusive, meaning it's only available if you have an Xbox, which might negatively impact the game throughout the polls, because not everybody, about maybe a third, maybe about a half of you guys, maybe about 12.5% of you guys are actually going to be able to play this. To be realistic, because a lot more people support PlayStation than Xbox, but I do support Xbox, so that's why this game made it this far. Not because of me, but because of you guys. You guys were the ones who voted for it. But Halo Infinite is basically Microsoft's answer to Call of Duty. Well, in the past it was. Now they own both of those franchises. Yeah, congratulations. Microsoft now has a Battle Royale because they bought Activision. So yeah, Halo was their answer to COD. Not talking about Warzone, but I'm just talking about multiplayer in general. They have team deathmatch. They have all kinds of random modes, gun game. Then they also have some special limited time events that goes on. They have so many weapons in that game. It's not even. It's kind of funny. You can even create your own maps and stuff. I think. I'm not sure if you can in this version, but I know you could in the older games that were available in the 360. Which we had Halo 3 and Halo 4. But I never really got to play the multiplayer for either of those games because we never were subscribed to Xbox Live, or I guess it was Xbox Gold at the time. But now they got rid of it because they want people to pay more, I suppose. That's why they added Xbox Standard, because not everybody's willing to spend $20 to play Call of Duty every freaking month, which is insane. I'm not spending, no offense, Microsoft, I love you, but I'm not spending $240 a year just to play a video game that I rarely will ever play. Like, that's why Halo Infinite is a good alternative to those who basically don't want to pay for anything. It has basically all the main modes. It's got this nice semi-cartoony look to it. It's got futuristic weapons. I feel like it's perfect for a lot of players. This game does have VC in it as well, so I'm not sure what the rules are with VC, though, in that game, because it is rated M for mature, which means the restrictions are less strict. I'm not sure if it's going to be like COD, though, because apparently some people get banned for swearing in COD, even though COD's a freaking rated M for mature game, meaning that you should be 17 years old anyways to even be there, and most of them are probably old enough to swear, so, and not get in trouble for it, so. Just saying. But again, that's simply because Microsoft owns a company now and they're trying to control people to do whatever. Now, I doubt the moderation is still going on in the older franchises that COD has made, because those games like Black Ops 2, they're still running. They still have open servers and actively have people playing in them, but just not a lot. I'm not sure about the other Halo games. They might as well, because they have like 5 Halo game modes. I'm not sure about the first one though, because I think the first one was made on the original Xbox, and I know they shut down the servers for that console. But the other consoles, they haven't shut down the servers for yet. Even the Xbox 360 servers are still online. However, their store is now shut down for the Xbox 360. I mean, it's been 20 years. So let's be realistic. So I'm assuming that around 2013 was when the One came out, the Xbox One. Maybe in 2031, or maybe in 2033, the Xbox One servers will shut down too. Or at least the store will shut down. I'm not sure when the actual servers will shut down, because the 360 servers are still online, even after 20 years of existing. Now, I haven't used our Xbox 360 in forever, so. And in fact, it's not even at our house anymore. I believe the 360 is somewhere at our parents' house. Such an old console, but a very historic console in our lives, because most people were playing on the Xbox One at our time, but we were on the 360 because we were poor. Well, middle class actually, not poor. Because at the time, only the upper class people could really afford better consoles nowadays, except if you're a true gamer and you always will save money for stuff like that. Like me, because I bought an Xbox Series X. And whenever that mobile handheld comes out from Microsoft, I'll probably buy that too. Because why not? Alright, moving on to the next game is a game I've really never heard of that much. Asphalt Legends United. I searched this game up on the web because I knew I needed to research it since it moved on to this part of the bracket. And this game, I could compare it to Rocket Racing, which means it's going to be pretty fun. Now, not a lot of people do like Rocket Racing from Fortnite in general, so I'm not sure how much support this game's going to have as well. And who knows, maybe it will become the next hit. As this game does feature like car brands and stuff. However, I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of those either pay to win games or pay to play games. No, not pay to play, but pay to win games or something like that. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's not. I'm kind of skeptical on if this game is actually going to be fair or not. Because, again, car games have a very big history of not being fair in terms of competitiveness. Because I've played Asphalt Legends 9, and for sure, there is a pay-to-win thing in there. Now, some of these games will... Now, even though you don't really pay money, you still might win a couple of games or so. But it's basically not only just about if you pay money or not, it's also about if you're good at the game as well, because some of these players are absolutely cracked at this game. And I'm kind of sad that Trackmania did not make it this far, because I'm pretty sure they would make a good contender as well. Next up is another game from Fortnite. Fortnite Save the World. Fortnite's first ever mode has made it this far. Basically a co-op zombie shooting game that has a bunch of missions that allows you to farm resources, craft good weapons, and basically has a world progression system. However, a lot of people seem to like to gift me stuff in this game, similar to what they do in Fish. Like, somebody would just join my game, drop me 1,000,000 weapons that I don't even know where came from, and then say have a nice day and leave. Like, I do appreciate those. Those were quite nice. However, one day when we were trying to trade with my brother, my game lost internet connection and I lost most of those weapons because of that. Unfortunately. Yeah. Thanks, internet. You absolutely ruined everything. Now with whatever weapons I have left, I think those were some of the lower class ones that I kept. And the fact that the worst part is, one of those weapons was the Founder's Sword. You can't even get the recipe for that anymore. So I don't even know why the game had to lose internet to begin with for that reason. Other than that, this game is pretty straightforward. Farm resources, take on your missions, upgrade your weapons and stuff. And basically fight to be the champion. Now, there are characters that you can play as in Save the World that you cannot play in any other game mode, such as the farmer guy, or some of these really skinny looking dudes that wouldn't even support a Fortnite skin because they're just so skinny. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That's the actual thing. And then you also have Rip-Off Jonesy in there, aka Kyle. which is literally just him with brown hair. And I think this in this game, Ramirez was the main character. I think there's some form of storyline in this game as well. You'll have to check out that game mode. However, this game is pay to play, but it's about like what, $20? Or not $20. Not even. It's a lot cheaper than that. I think you just gotta buy the Save the World pack, which comes with 1,000 V-Bucks, Save the World itself, as well as a skin. Well, actually, no. Maybe it was 15,000 V-Bucks if I remember, or not 15,000, 1,500. So overall, you're getting $15 worth of V-Bucks plus a skin that's probably worth about maybe the same price, or maybe 800. I'm not sure. And plus, you get access to the game itself, which makes me question how much you really are paying for the game. Because if you're paying like, you're basically getting more than you're spending when you buy the bundle. So same goes with Fortnite Crew. You're getting more than what you would originally pay when you get that stuff, because Fortnite Crew gives you about like 4 battle passes, which all cost at least maybe 1,000 V-Bucks nowadays, which would be equivalent to maybe, I would say, close to, well, around 2,800 V-Bucks is $22. So it would be probably $30 worth of stuff for just $12 a month. So plus you get for even more skins, plus the Rocket League pass. You're basically getting more than what you're paying for. But again, Save the World is going to be a recommended game for those who want to play it. However, just be ready to spend $12 or so to actually get access to the game if it does win. Next up is Build Fights 2v2 or Box Fights 2v2. This one was the most surprising story that we've seen in the polls, as this game right here is basically a game where you and a teammate are fighting another team in over lots of different scenarios when it comes to build fighting. Now, I do question the matchmaking in some of these games, because I always end up with going up against some crazy sweat. That's going to change soon, because either that or I'm thinking of Roblox, because I know Roblox is adding skill-based matchmaking as a mechanic that developers can use for their games. I'm not sure if Fortnite's going to do the same thing for their creators as well. Hopefully they do, because I'm sick and tired of getting destroyed every time I want to play a game against a good player and then end up losing very quickly. And basically, the goal of this game is to win a best of, I guess I could say, best of 19. It's the first to 10 wins. Now, I've played a couple of these with my viewers. We've had a couple of close ones where the score ended up being 10-9, with a sudden death round being the one that determines the winner. Yeah, sudden death round is scary. But yeah, you can use a lot of different guns, including I'm not sure if the Chapter 6 ones are in here, because this thumbnail is old. I think this is from when Chapter 5 existed. But you can vote for whatever weapon you want, and you just fight people with it. Now, some of these players could be toxic, but I don't I haven't really, and the reason why I say that is because we don't know if it's going to be toxic or not, because I haven't played in pubs. I've only played these in private servers, and I've rarely ever played pubs. We've only played like what, 2 games in the last few seasons. So yeah. Next game is even more surprising to get here is Crazy Red versus Blue. This game is not really a competition whatsoever because there's no winner or loser at the end of it. It's just continuous fighting between two teams. And basically what you do is you fight each other and just continuously fight each other with whatever weapons you want. And you'll unlock special weapons by killing people and then spending gold coins. You can unlock abilities and stuff. And you can even, use some of these crazy overpowered mythics like the Nitro Fist that I hate so much. Yeah, I will still hate on that weapon even to this day. As a lot of the players in this game can build at moderate skill level. If you want to go up against someone that has even better build skills, then go ahead and play something else, because high skill level building is not really common here. And I do say this. You do have to wait an eternity before the good stuff gets unvaulted. So you can see there's a 35-minute timer on it. Once it expires, you could go ahead and drive it wherever you want. We've even managed to drive out the map. I'm not sure if this is the one. No, I'm not sure if this was the one I'm talking about, but I know there's one where you could just drive out the map. I think this might be that one that I was talking about because it looks exactly identical to it. All right, moving on to Rec Room. I have some thoughts on this one. This one will lag like crazy if you play on an old gen console similar to Roblox. In fact, it will even crash a million times on an old gen console, as I used to try to play this on my Xbox and it would just constantly crash. Like, it's not even worth it because it just continuously crashes. They don't optimize the platform on that for whatever reason. I'm not sure if this is going to be the case for... And for mobile, it's just so bad on mobile. Like, I tried to play it on mobile. It's just so laggy that it's just not worth it. So if I do play Rec Room, it's probably going to be on the Series X. Similar to why I'm playing Roblox on the Series X nowadays, because all these games just keep getting laggier and laggier over time. Like, it's ridiculous. And then I would just have my streams crash because of that. Yeah, Rec Room would probably do the same thing. And basically what you do is it's like Roblox. You can play whatever you want, except the fact that the games are a little weird. VC is quite common in this game, so feel free to plug in a mic because voice chat is more common in Rec Room than it is in other games like Roblox and not sure, potentially Fortnite, but I'm not sure yet. But some of their the only problem with this game is a lot of the games are low quality. Like, really low quality. It's like they didn't even try to make the game, like, good. So it's that's basically that. Yeah, this game is available on VR as well, which my brother now has a Oculus Quest 3. So if this game does manage to win, he could potentially play on three different platforms, which would be his PS4, which is probably going to crash, his phone, which is probably also going to crash. So that's probably going to resort to him playing on his VR, because you see the VR is pretty much his only option for this, because Rec Room is super duper laggy on everything else. Similar to how Xbox Series X is my only option. Like, this game only works on high performing devices for some reason. I mean, I guess Roblox is starting to become similar to that right now based on all the laggy stuff, especially with the um, event that's going to be starting in Roblox where somebody's going to be competing for $1 million. I'm not kidding. Go watch Creekcraft's video right now if you don't believe me. And at least the games event this year is only 25 games. So I might actually do some live streams trying to do what I used to do in the games event. I remember that event. I'm still a Crimson Cat member to this day. Alright, moving on to the next game is a surprising game called Octogame 2, which is also available on Fortnite. Basically, the goal of the game is to win by being the last player standing, and you have to complete a series of minigames. Now, there is one slight problem. The minigames are not tough enough, which means it often results in having 7 to 8 people in the finale where you have to pickaxe everyone to death. And it's basically a war zone. Yeah, it's basically an absolute war zone, so good luck playing this game if you guys are willing to play it. Because I normally play it when I feel social, like when I just want to do something different. Like I also, because jam tracks are fun in that game. It also gives you a state of the world of what everybody's favorite skins are in the day, and a lot of them are actually hope skins, which is positively good, because I thought it was going to be some sweaty looking skin. I guess this is a different side of Fortnite. Every side of Fortnite's got a different trend. All the builders and stuff, they just wear sweaty skins. This game is different. Everyone just wears a normal skin, not so sweaty at all. All right, moving on to the next game is a game. This is the only game that moved on from the last round that actually lost its number one status in the polls after the polls expired. And they did this and it was Pixel Strike that did that. However, if they were to pass them before the deadline, they would have been the ones to be here in this spot instead. Fortnite Festival, aka the game that started the metaverse of one of the game modes that started the metaverse of Fortnite. There was 2 others. One of them flopped, and the other is even more popular than this. That I wish I put in the polls actually, but at the time I created the polls, I didn't, because originally we were playing Lego Fortnite in several live streams, anyways. Which we call it Lego Fortnite Chapter 2. Now, this might make it to the polls next season. I don't know. But in terms of Fortnite Festival, the game is a music rhythm game where you have to match the notes. And if you mess up, you literally lose your combo, and then you're probably not getting a star. And it's basically a very, very concentrating game. Now, there are 4 different difficulty levels. I play on expert because that's just me. And some of these songs we're just really bad at. Like there like I did manage to purchase the hardest, apparently what everyone is saying is the hardest song in the game. And I didn't even know it. And that was one of the Hitsumiku songs. And when we play some of these matches, if we this game does win, I'm gonna be playing that song a couple of times because everyone's gonna rage. Like, it's gonna be so funny. It's like the song is impossible to win. Like, it's so hard. Like, I'm not talking about the slow paced Miku song. I'm talking about the fast paced one that basically is absolutely ridiculous. All right, the next game is what I like to call Rip Off Fall Guys, and this is Stumble Guys. Now, this game, again, I've discussed this earlier. Did I discuss this earlier? Or no, I think I was thinking about what to say earlier, but Stumble Guys is basically a game. Actually, no, I did mention this earlier how Stumble Guys ruined Fall Guys. But Stumble Guys is a game where, again, same concept as Fall Guys. You get a certain number of contestants and a game show themed. Well, actually, a cheaply made game show themed tournament where only one player will win it at the end of 3 rounds. However, the rounds are so short that you can play like a million different games for absolutely no reason. Now, there are tournaments that come out eventually on certain days that you have to look at. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to link my account on console. There are private servers as well that you can have up to 32 players with. So that is a plus, I guess. And it basically allows... And you can also even choose what rounds to play in all the rounds in those private servers. In fact, if you wanted to have a battle royale with like 32 players in like a single game, you could. Because you can have a 1-round game with one winner. Yeah. That's basically the game right there. Now, normally how this game works is in round 1 there's 32 players, round 2 there's 16, and then the finals has 8. To be honest, I want to modify this to have 2 more rounds, one with 4 players and another with 2, because I kind of want it to be more competitive towards the end. Instead of it just being an absolute crap show during the 3rd round. And also the lobby music is terrible as well. No offense to the composers, but you couldn't have thought of it something better than dun 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 dun. No percussion whatsoever. Like, it's like one instrument that just plays like it's on a loop and in the same sequence. Now, if this game does win, I'm not sure what the audience would be like. I think there are five. There are a total of 5 server regions in this, so um, I'm not sure how well everyone's ping's gonna be if you are outside of my server region and you're in my games. It's probably gonna be very high, especially if you're from Oceania. Like, goodness gracious. Now, the only bad part is that this game is slightly pay to win because there are stupid emotes that you could buy that can affect other players, like the punching one, which stuns your character, which stuns somebody else's character and then ruins everything, which is not fair, and it should be removed. Yeah, it should be removed from the game. And then the final game is ironically called the Finals. This is a game show themed game as well, but instead it's like 4 teams and everybody has to shoot each other for these cash boxes, and then they deposit them and they earn cash. And basically whoever has the most cash, and there's a bunch of other factors that varies how many points you get as well. However, whoever has the most cash at the end wins. And since there are 4 teams, you only basically have a 25% chance of winning every single time. So I feel like this is going to be a huge rage game for me if this wins. Now, this is the least likely game to win at all because this is from the 16th division. And yeah, that's basically the state of that. I'm not sure what the cosmetics are going to be. I'm not sure what the audience is either because this is a new game. This is a very new game. It came out last year. There's also another Battle Royale game that came out late last year as well that is gaining popularity. Maybe even this year. I'm not sure. One of the times, but but there's a new Battle Royale in town, but it's not super duper big yet. Who knows how big they'll be? Who knows if it beats COD? But I know very well almost every Battle Royale will beat PUBG because PUBG hasn't received an update for years. Well, I mean, they do receive updates, but it's just they're never good. The only decent thing they got was what? Squid Game? But even then, especially PUBG Mobile, good grief, man, I could never play those. I'd rather play Free Fire or Call of Duty Mobile than play PUBG again. No offense. Because Free Fire has more simple controls, and Call of Duty Mobile has even more simple controls. Like, it's actually Call of Duty Mobile is what started the trend that allows people to shoot while scoping in at the same time with a single button. And I thank Call of Duty for that. Because if it weren't for them, this would have been a crap show. The only thing is, I kind of forgot what chapter it is in Call of Duty. Because there's a new chapter in Call of Duty Mobile all the time, but I don't know why we're talking about Call of Duty Mobile when we're supposed to be talking about the finals. Well, I mean, I guess we've already talked about everything from that game. So I guess this is a reasonable point where we end the video because we are at the end. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah. That's the intro I recorded. I was about to say, I thought there was something random that just appeared here. But yeah, that's basically the state of the game. So see who wins, I guess.